Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome back to Mind and Co Yoga. My name's Kayla, and today I'm going to take you through a much more simple flow than what I usually do. Last week we did a flow for digestion. It felt really nice. Today we're going to kind of go back to the basics. So if you're new to yoga, this flow is absolutely perfect for you. If you aren't new to yoga, this flow will still benefit you in maybe redefining or retuning your alignment. So go ahead, put on some music, whatever music you would like, and meet me on your mat. Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to your mat. Today we are going to start in child's pose. So go ahead, take your knees the width of your mat, untuck your toes so you're on the tops of your feet, and then really just sink your chest in between the space between your thighs. Walk your arms out long. Start to breathe in and out through your nose, really filling up with air as you inhale. And as you exhale, sinking a little bit deeper into the child's pose. I just went snowboarding in Aspen for a few days, so this feels extra yummy today. This doesn't feel as great to you, that's okay. Just adjust your body to wherever it does feel good. And while you're in this child's pose, start to think about what brought you on your mat today. Maybe it's just the desire to move. Maybe it's to reconnect to your mind. Maybe it's to reconnect your mind to body. And just send yourself some gratitude for showing up today, for whatever the reason is. And then, if you're open to it, I'd like to add one more reason, which is just take some time with yourself and your body to appreciate this sacred connection that you have existing within inside you, unlike any other. Your mind and your body, your vessel of life, your vessel of thought. Just have an intention to be on your mat today to really appreciate the two and the connection that you have. With that, go ahead, inhale and slowly roll up into tabletop, stacking your shoulders over your wrists. Your hands are spread wide on your mat. Your hips over your knees. You can have your toes tucked or untucked. It's up to you. Either way, inhale, arch your back, drop your belly to the floor. Heart shines through your shoulders and your gaze goes up. As you exhale, round your back, send your navel towards your spine. Your gaze goes in between your thighs or at your navel, pushing the mat away from you. Inhale up. Try to pinch your shoulder blades to your tailbone. Exhale, round down. Try to create more space in between your shoulder blades. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Go ahead, take an inhale back to neutral. Untuck your toes. And then exhale, send your hips high, sending it into downward facing dog. A little tight today. Go ahead, walk out your dog as you need to, bending into one leg as you straighten the other and then switching. Feeling supportive in your body, really pushing your heart towards your knees. creating more space in the upper back body. I really wonder if you just heard my ankles pop because that was pretty impressive. Slowly working your heels towards the mat. If you need to, you can bend your knees, taking a generous bend. Feeling really good in this position. Maybe you raise onto your left balls of your feet as you send your right shoulder towards your left knee, taking a twist, gaze under your left armpit. Take another inhale. And then exhale, moving back through center and then bending your right knee, going onto the balls of your right foot, sending your left shoulder over to the right, gaze under your right armpit. Inhale here. Exhale back through center. So today we're going to start with the Sun Salutation A per usual, called Surya Namaskara A. If you're new to yoga, this is just a first warm-up. It's a series of postures that you repeat to get your body a little bit more warm. I'll walk you through it. Go ahead, inhale, look to the top of the mat in between your hands, bend your knees. Exhale, step forward, your feet in between your hands in a forward fold. Enjoy this posture for a moment. Today, I'll give you a little bit of a rundown of what we're doing. Usually I don't like it. I like to keep you on your toes. But since I think that this flows a little bit for beginners, I think it's helpful to kind of have a framework. So we're going to do 3 rounds. Surya Namaskara A, 3 rounds of B, which is just basically different postures. And then 3 rounds of the warriors that I'll teach you. So really give each round its due diligence. First round can be to learn. Second round can be to adjust. Third round can be to really feel into it. Go ahead, inhale, halfway lift. Your hands can come to your chin, your shins, or peace fingers on the floor. Your back is flat here. Gaze out, shine your heart through. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, sweep your arms over your head, stand all the way up, gaze up. Exhale, hands come to prayer, palms pressing together at heart center. Really push your shoulder blades down here. First round, I'm going to get into the nitty-gritty of the alignment, but while we're here, go ahead, close your eyes. Notice your balance. Spread all 10 toes on your mat. Just know that when I say in alignment, it's nothing more than a suggestion, and it may not feel right in your body because not every body has the same body. One of my favorite sayings. So these alignments are suggestions. As always, do what feels good to you. I recommend trying to take the alignment as stated and then make adjustments as what feels good to you. Go ahead, blink open your eyes. Inhale, circle your arms wide over your head, engage your quads, gaze up. Exhale, fold forward. Bending your knees here if you need to. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins or peace fingers on floor, flat back, rolling your shoulder blades back. Exhale, plant your hands down. Move into a high plank. We're going to do a chaturanga. Chaturanga is part of a vinyasa. So in your high plank, go onto your tippy toes and roll forward. So your shoulders are shifted over your wrist. Think about spinning your elbows back, your biceps back. Engage your core and your thighs. And as you exhale, lower halfway. And then as you inhale, flip onto the tops of your feet here and shine your heart forward. Knees should be off of the mat. Your gaze is up. And then as you exhale, untuck your toes, send your hips high, downward facing dog. Good job. Let's go through that 2 more times. Inhale, gaze to the top of your mat. Exhale, step forward into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, stand up tall, arms go tall. Engage your quads and your belly. Exhale, hands to heart center in prayer. Moment of stillness. Inhale, circle your arms over your head, gaze up. Exhale, melt back down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands down, step it back to a high plank, shift your shoulders over your wrists. Exhale, lower down, halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. All the while breathing in and out through your nose for this whole sequence. Let's run that one more time. Inhale, gaze to the top of your mat. Exhale, using the opposite foot this time, step forward into a forward fold. Ooh, that feels weird. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, stand all the way up, circle your arms around, gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Engage your quads. Inhale, circle your arms over your head, gaze up. Exhale, fold back down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, feeling the rhythm. Exhale, plant your hands down on the mat. Lean forward in your high plank, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Knees off of the mat on the tops of your feet. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good work, everybody. So that's Sun A, Sun Salutation A, saluting the sun, the warmth, the light. Move on to B for the second warm up. Go ahead, inhale, look in between your hands, just like the beginning. Exhale, step forward into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, all the same here. Pulling your shoulder blades back. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, bend your knees, circle your arms by your feet, and then up to the sky in chair pose. Look down, see if you can see your toes. If not, shift back a little bit. Biceps are by your ears here. Your tailbone is tucked, so it's not out like a squat per se. You want it to be tucked. Take an inhale here. Exhale, stand up tall, hands to heart center. Inhale, circle your arms over your head, gaze up. Exhale, melt back down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, high plank to low plank. Lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then on this next exhale, we do something different. Elongate the exhale a little bit longer. So take an inhale here. Exhale, untuck your toes, downward facing dog, same exhale. Step your right foot in between your hands, warrior one. To do that, your left foot here, it's not up off of the mat. Your heel should be on the mat along with your whole foot. Your foot can be at a 90-degree angle. Or 45. I like to think that my left toes are in line with the diagonal of the left side of my mat, of the left front. You want your hips not to be open like this. You want them to be forward. And then you're going to bend 90 degrees into your right leg. Your right toes are pointing directly center in front of your mat, in line with your knee, which is in line with your hips. And your back toe, once again, at that 45 degrees, your whole foot of both feet are actually on the mat here. Inhale, arms go high, biceps by your ears. And this pose, just so you know, is a little bit harder for people to get into because it's a little bit awkward having your hips facing forward as one foot is back. Warrior two is often a little bit more comfortable. So if you need to, you can maybe put your foot in more than 45 degrees angle, your back foot. But traditionally, it's just at a 45-degree angle. Hips are forward, 90 degrees in the right leg, biceps by your ears, your gaze goes up. Looking towards the sun, Sun Salutation B, thank you for your warmth in your life. Take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, circle your arms down, plant them on each side of your right foot, bring it back, high plank again, lean forward, chaturanga, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Once again, this exhale, we're going to extend it. Exhale, downward facing dog. Same exhale, step your left foot forward. Now we're doing warrior one on the other side. Give you a minute to see if you can get into it, to how it feels good to you. If you're struggling a little bit, that's okay. Like I said, this posture is really weird. So your right foot is at a 45-degree angle. So your right big toe is pointing towards the diagonal of the right corner of your mat. Your left big toe is directly in front of you, 90 degrees in your left leg. Your hips are facing forward. They're not open, they're forward. So you really feel a stretch in your right hip. Biceps by your ears, your gaze goes up. Take an inhale. Exhale, circle your arms down, plant them on each side of your foot. High plank, and you know, chaturanga. Lean forward, tuck those elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Your knees are off the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. That's the entire sequence of Sun Salutation B. Let's just run it 2 more times. Inhale, gaze into the tops of your mat. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, halfway lift, pulling those shoulder blades back. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, bend your knees, sweep your arms by your toes and up to the sky. Exhale, sink deeper. Inhale here. Exhale, stand up tall, and then swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands down, step it back, chaturanga, high plank to low plank, tucking those elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Remember, elongate your exhale here. Exhale, part 1, downward facing dog. Exhale, part 2, step that right foot forward, rotate that left foot, warrior 1. Biceps by your ears. Both heels are touching the mat. Take an inhale. Exhale, circle around. Plant your hands, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Same exhale, step that left foot forward. Warrior 1 on the left side. Inhale here. Both heels on the mat, hips are straight. Exhale, lower, deeper. One more inhale. Exhale, plant your hands down. Chaturanga, high plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, send your hips high, downward facing dog. Beautiful work. Let's go through that one more time. I feel like I haven't actually fully appreciated these Sun A and Sun Bs in a while. I'm always so excited to get to the big kahuna flow, but I actually feel very warm. I hope you do too. Inhale, gaze to the top of your mat. Go on your tippy toes. Exhale, step forward the opposite foot. Meet me in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, bend your knees, sweep your hands by your feet. Chair pose. Exhale, stand up tall, hands through heart center, melt back down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands on the floor, step it back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Same exhale, step that right foot forward. Last time, warrior 1. Hips are straight, both heels on the mat. Really feel into this posture. Take an inhale. Exhale, plant your hands down. Chaturanga. High plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Elongated exhale. Down dog, same exhale, step that left foot forward. Warrior 1 on the left side. Both feet on the mat. Hips forward, biceps by your ears. Take an inhale. Exhale, plant your hands down. Chaturanga, high plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog, knees off the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good work. We'll be here for 3 breaths. Just a little bit left. You guys are doing a really wonderful job. If you're new here, I applaud you for trying something new that is so beneficial. It goes beyond the mat. If you aren't new here, I still applaud you for showing up, going back to the basics. Go ahead, this time inhale, raise your right leg high. Usually when we're in three-leg dog, your hips are square. So when they're square, you may not be able to get your right leg up a little higher. If they're open, you can go as high as you want. But if you square them off, notice how my leg lowers. And then take another inhale here. Exhale, let's just do a knee to nose in a high plank. Ooh, push the floor away from you. Inhale, back to three-leg dog, hips square. Exhale, passing through that knee to nose position, step your right foot in between your hands. Your back foot plants, we're gonna go into warrior two. So how I did that, I planted my right foot. I make a big circle with my left hand to pull my chest up. Right hand follows. Palms are facing down. Your left foot, the knife edge, so the pinky toe edge, is parallel towards the short side of the back of your mat. Your toes are pointing that way. Your hips are open here. So this is a pose that everyone likes because it feels really yummy and really good. And you have a 90-degree bend in your right leg. Make sure your right heel is in line or close to in line with the arch of your left foot. Okay, shoulders away from your ears. Palms can be down or up. I like down. And your gaze is over our favorite finger, my favorite finger, the middle finger of your right hand. Hold here. Take an inhale. Exhale, sink deeper. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, reverse your warrior. To do that, you want to keep a 90-degree bend in your right leg. Your right bicep is over your ear. Gaze up, take an inhale. Exhale, back to warrior one. To do this next one, we're going to inhale to crescent. So what you're going to do is you're going to rotate your hips forward, closing them off again. Still 90-degree bend in your right foot. Now you're on the balls of your left foot. Okay, just kind of like a lunge, a high lunge. Take an inhale here, biceps by your ears. And then as you exhale, I'm going to scoot back so I don't hit the window. As you exhale, you want to slowly tip forward, your chest over your knee, and then slowly raise that left foot off, keeping your hips square down towards the floor. This is warrior three. Biceps by your ears. They can also be out to the side, or they can be airplaned behind you. You can flex your left foot for more stability. You can bend your right knee for more stability. Make sure your hips are pointing down. We don't want it open like this. That throws you way off. You want your hips down. Warrior three. Think of your whole body from your crown of your head to your toes, parallel with the floor beneath you. Take an inhale. And then exhale, slowly lower that left foot back down, meeting me back into crescent. Inhale here. Exhale, circle your arms down. Plant them down, chaturanga. High plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful work. That's our third flow, Sun Salutation C. Go ahead, inhale, raise that left leg, keeping your hips parallel. Once again, not opening them. Take away the ego, lower your leg, close off your hips. Inhale here. Exhale, knee to nose. In a high plank, push the floor away. Inhale, send it high. Exhale, passing through, knee to nose. Step your left foot forward, warrior two. Your right foot spins down, pinky toe edge in line with the back foot. Your right arm circles around to pull your chest up. 90-degree bend in your left leg, toes pointing forward, pinky toe edge parallel with the short edge of the back of your mat. Hips are open here, shoulders away from your ears. Arms are strong, gaze over our second favorite finger, the middle finger of the left hand. Maybe that's not very yogi to say. Inhale here. Exhale, sink lower. Make sure your left heel is in line with your right foot or your right arch. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, flip that left palm. Tuck your right arm behind your back. Reverse your warrior. Still 90-degree bend in your left leg. Inhale here. Exhale, back to warrior two. Inhale, rotate your hips now facing forward. Go onto the balls of your right foot. Crescent lunge. 90-degree bend in your left leg. Hips are forward. Balls of your foot. Biceps by your ears. Take an inhale. I need to scoot back. Exhale, lower your chest towards your knee and slowly lift off of that left or that right leg, bouncing on your left leg. Hands can be in front of you, to the side, or behind you. Hips are facing down. Your body from your head to your flexed back foot is parallel with the floor. You can bend into your left knee for support. Take an inhale here. Exhale, slowly lower that right leg down. Crescent lunge. Inhale. Exhale, plant your hands down. Chaturanga, high plank to low plank. Upward facing dog on your inhale. Downward facing dog on the exhale. Good work. Let's run through that vinyasa style, which is one breath, one movement. You'll hear that a lot. So every inhale has a movement to get into a posture. The space between your inhale and exhale, you're fully expressed in that posture. And then every exhale cues another movement. So go ahead, follow along. We'll take it a little bit slow. Inhale, you raise your right leg high. Exhale, as you bend your knee, send it to your nose. Inhale, raise it through your nose. Exhale, passing through knee to nose, step it forward, warrior two. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, circle your left arm around, crescent lunge. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, warrior three, leaning forward until you can't lean forward anymore. Lift your left leg up, warrior three. Take an inhale, find a focal point. Exhale, slowly send that left leg back, crescent lunge. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, circle your arms around, chaturanga, high plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful work. Inhale, left leg goes high. Exhale, knee to nose in a high plank. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, passing through knee to nose, step it forward, warrior two. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, crescent lunge. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, lean forward, warrior three. Inhale, find a focal point. Exhale, slowly step it back, crescent lunge. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, circle your arms around, chaturanga, high plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take an inhale here. Exhale, look towards the top of your hands. Slowly walk up forward and just meet me on your butt. Sitting down. And kind of like an L position, both legs out in front of you. Inhale, your arms go high. Exhale with a flat back, like you have a board screwed into your back. That's a little bit gory. Slowly lower down with a flat back. We don't want any of this. This is as far as you can lean forward. That is perfect. Stretching your hamstrings here. Close your eyes. And just think about how that last flow went. How do you feel in your body? Were you paying attention to your alignment? Or were you paying attention to the sensation? Or maybe you were able to find a way to pay attention to both. Maybe you paid attention to your alignment the second round, and then to the sensation the third round. The key to yoga is finding a balance between alignment and sensation. Sensation is as in you can feel your hamstring stretching here. Alignment as your back is flat. Go ahead, inhale, move back up. As you exhale, scoot your butt down, lay on your back, bring your right knee to your chest, your left leg long. Pull your right knee to your right armpit, opening up your groin. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, sink a little deeper. Know that the recommended alignment in yoga is a standard way to get into the desired sensation, but it is not the only way. What looks good on one person won't look good on the next, and vice versa. What feels good on one person won't feel good on the next. For example, I cannot do pigeon pose. It hurts the living hell out of me, so I skip it, and that's okay. If anything doesn't feel good to you, not in terms of discomfort, but in terms of actual pain, please listen to your body and skip it. Inhale, switch your legs. Right leg long, left knee into your chest. Exhale, pull that left knee into your left armpit, opening up your hips. Still breathing in and out through your nose here. And just know that if you were to see yourself flow, regardless of whether you think that you look beautiful or not, just know that you do. And that your alignment is beautiful and your alignment is one of a kind. Take another inhale. Exhale, send that left leg long for your final resting pose, Shavasana. Your hands come hip level, but a little bit wider than your mat. Your hips are equally on the mat. Your heels and your feet are wider than your mat as well, kind of like a triangle. What I like to do in Shavasana is almost tuck my shoulder blades. So my shoulders are further away from my ear. And just rest here. It is said that the hardest pose in yoga is Shavasana, the final resting pose, this pose. It's because it really requires you to be with yourself and with your thoughts in a non-judgmental way. To allow your thoughts to settle, such as dust settling onto the floor after being kicked up. To allow gravity to pull you down towards the floor with no resistance. It's really about surrendering. So I invite you for this last minute to work on surrendering and imagine the dust that is your thoughts settling onto the floor, allowing yourself to enjoy these next moments of silence. Go ahead and invite movement back into your toes and your fingers, noticing any sounds or smells around you. Inhale your arms over your head for another good morning stretch. And exhale. Feels so good. Roll over to whatever side feels good to you today. Inviting happiness back into your life. Take an inhale here. As you exhale with your eyes still closed, gently push yourself up into a seated position. Your left hand on your heart, your right hand, palm facing up on your knee. May we invite and allow all the acceptance, compassion, and curiosity into our lives through our left hand, and may we deliver it back out to the world, exiting through our right hand. Bring my hands to heart center. I express so much gratitude for you guys for following along today, doing what feels good in your body. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. I bow in so much gratitude. Namaste.